Las Vegas is an exciting and fascinating place to visit, but it can be expensive. This is Katie from Creative Travel Guide, and today we are answering how much is a trip to Las Vegas. Looking for more travel tips? Make sure you hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. So we are doing something slightly differently today. We are going to be answering all of the most frequently asked questions about prices in Las Vegas. So my first question is it expensive to eat in Las Vegas? So meals can vary in price, but it is possible to eat on a budget in Las Vegas. Stick to restaurants off the strip or the chain restaurants to spend as little as $25 a day on food and drink. If you intend to try the buffets and restaurants on the strip, expect to pay around $30 per meal on average. If you're looking at eating in one of the high-end restaurants in the hotels, anticipate spending at least $80 or more. So one of the questions we get asked a lot is Las Vegas cheap to visit? There are plenty of cheap and free things to do in Las Vegas, making Las Vegas cheap to visit if you use the budget options here. Staying off the strip or in the budget hotels along the strip will save you a lot of money as well. Which leads me on to my next question, why is Vegas so cheap? So Las Vegas is cheap at certain times of the year because of the amount of surplus hotel rooms. During holidays and conventions, the rooms do fill to capacity in the hotels along the strip, but when you visit Las Vegas outside of these peak times, hotels are quieter and room rates drop. Because there are so many hotel rooms, hotels often lower their hotel prices in the hope that you will spend money in their restaurants and casinos. So the next question is, how much should I bring to Vegas? Now this really can range depending on what your budget is, but if you don't intend on spending too much money on gambling, you can expect to pay around $70 a day if you stick to budget hotels on the strip, enjoy the free attractions, eat at chain restaurants, and avoid room service. Another question, are drinks free in Vegas? Now drinks in Las Vegas casinos are free if you are spending money in the casinos. However, it is recommended you tip the servers if you want them to come back and offer another round. So the next question is, what can you do for free in Las Vegas? Now, as I mentioned before, there are lots of free things to do in Las Vegas. We actually wrote a whole blog post about the free attractions here. I will leave the link in the description below. But some of the more popular things to do is the Fremont Street Experience, the Seven Magic Mountains, the Flamingo Wildlife Habitat, the Bellagio Conservatory, the Mirage Volcano, the Bellagio Fountains, and the Venetian Grand Canal Shops. So when you're planning a trip, you might want to consider what is the cheapest time to go to Vegas. So the cheapest months to Las Vegas are January, February, April, September, and October. Check that your dates don't clash with conventions or concerts to get the best price, but also make sure you're visiting during the week to save money on hotels. Another question is, should I bring cash to Vegas? It is best to bring some cash for cabs, tipping and gambling, but remember to avoid taking all of your cash out at once for gambling. You can use a credit card in most stores, restaurants and box offices. So if you are on a budget, you might be thinking, how much is a budget meal going to cost me in Las Vegas? Now, budget breakfast will cost you around $5 to $10. You could pick up some snacks from Walgreens. Most hotels will have some type of kitchenette that you can use, which comes in really handy if you want to have a cheap breakfast. You can also get yourself a budget lunch. This will cost between $7 to $15. There are lots of chain restaurants on the strip itself that you can use if you're on a budget. Then if you are looking for a budget dinner, I would recommend either getting yourself some coupons and trying out the buffets, or going off the strip and trying some of the local restaurants. These will set you back between $10 and $30. So another question, how much do drinks cost in Las Vegas? So like we said before, drinks are free in casinos if you are gambling, but the typical price of a domestic beer in a bar or restaurant is $4, whilst a beer in a nightclub will cost between $7 and $10. And my last question is how to drink cheaply in Las Vegas. So apart from enjoying the free drinks whilst gambling, take advantage of the happy hours in the bars and restaurants and stick to the domestic beer and house wine. Avoid mixers whilst you're in Las Vegas. For some reason these are absurdly expensive in most places. So we hope that helps you plan your trip to Las Vegas, and we hope you have an amazing time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Take care guys, and until next time, stay creative.